right, now let's talk some football. The Tennessee Titans decided to release their 27-year-old wide receiver Adam Humphries. By doing so, they saved 4.47 million in cap space. The Denver Broncos have decided to release their veteran defensive tackle Jarrell Casey, freeing up 11.8 million in cap space. And also, Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers have decided to restructure his 2-year, $68 million contract, which includes a 41.25 million cap hit for 2001 season. Clearly, they're trying to make another run, another playoff run, and a Super Bowl run with their veteran quarterback. He's brought them, I believe, 2 Super Bowls since he's been there. With the injuries he's had over the last couple of years, especially the most recent one to his throwing arm, plus his age, he doesn't have much more playing time left in him. They recently signed Dwayne Haskins, who was a free agent who was released by the Redskins. Maybe Tomlin and his staff can coach Haskins up, but they're bringing Big Ben back next season on a restructured deal.
Well, that's to be expected. A lot of teams are going to be looking to restructure deals, seeing how the salary cap ended up coming down from, I believe it came down from 198 down to 180. So a lot of teams are going to be pinching those pennies to try to change up some contracts and release some players. Unfortunately, a lot of veterans are going to get released. Teams are going to be looking to, like I said, restructure a lot of deals to try to get under that salary cap. No telling how the salary cap is going to be affected going forward. Doesn't look like, well, it looks like they're adding fans slowly but surely towards the end of the season last year. So we'll see how the fans can get into the stadium this year, and hopefully this will get behind us and get the fans back in the stadium and get back to regular games. But yeah, teams are going to definitely be looking to shrink down their salary cap to try to get under. You mentioned those teams that were over. A lot of teams are going to be in a tough spot. They're going to have to make a lot of tough decisions. But that's just the nature of the beast. That's the way it goes.
The hottest free agent that's out there right now, J.J. Watt, he has decided on 4 teams that he would possibly sign with. Tennessee Titans, the Buffalo Bills, the Green Bay Packers are leading the way, and he says there's a dark horse of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, the Tennessee Titans are they have $2 million plus in cap space. The Packers are over by $11 million. The Bills are over by $1 million, and the Raiders are over by $9 million. Packers, as far as money wise, I don't know what they're gonna do to sign J.J. Watt, being over $11 million. Titans can make a couple more cuts to free up some money, and they could easily get J.J. Watt possibly. The Bills, which is where I think is the best fit for him, they could also make some cuts and free up some space for J.J. Watt. And the Raiders, being $9 million over, you have to make a few cuts. But like I said, I feel J.J. Watt is best fit in Buffalo. He's 31 years old. He's one of 3 players to win the Defensive Player of the Year award 3 times since it was first established in 1971. Watt has recorded 16 or more sacks in a season 4 times, and 20 or more sacks in a season 2 times. So in 10 seasons, 6 of those seasons, he's had 16 or more sacks. Dude's been balling for quite some time, and yeah, he's had some injuries, but he's still been balling regardless. He's a force to be reckoned with. So
yeah, you almost forget that he even put up those numbers because of the injuries that you've always heard that he's gotten. The injuries that he's gotten have been pretty lengthy injuries. So for him to still put up those kind of numbers is still impressive, and he's still impressive. Can still play, has a lot left to go in the tank. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up.
Now, even though those are his 4 teams that he said he could possibly sign with, he's already been receiving offers from other teams where he'd be making 15 to 16 million a year. We all know money talks, so maybe this list of teams is just a little smoke screen or whatever. Because 15 to 16 million a year, I don't think he's gonna get that with those other teams. But those four other teams where he might not be making that 15 to 16 million, those three of those teams are serious contenders. Those teams being the Jets, Bills. I'm sorry, the Titans, Bills, and Packers. They're serious contenders for a Super Bowl, and he could easily take a small little cut and be with them.
We'll see where he ends up. I'd like to see him end up with the Bills personally. I think that's a good fit for him. They were right there at the cusp, AFC title game. Who knows what he'd be able to do to that organization. I know he obviously be able to add instant boost on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said, we'll see where he ends up. It'll be interesting to see.
All right, now we're talking Russell Wilson. If anybody's been paying attention, Russell Wilson has been becoming more and more unhappy as the days go on. Not so unhappy that he's requested a trade, but there's been rumors that Seattle's listening to offers about Russell Wilson. The asking offer for Russell Wilson is 3 first-round picks. But Russell Wilson is one of 8 players in the league that have a no-trade clause in their contract. Those players being Drew Brees, DeAndre Hopkins, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Jimmy Graham, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. But with that no-trade clause, Wilson has told them that if you're going to trade me to anybody or even consider any trades with anybody, the only 4 teams that I'm willing to go to are the Cowboys, the Saints, the Raiders, and the Bears. Russell Wilson is accounted for a $32 million cap hit in 2021. He's only 32 years of age. He's coming off a season where he had 40 touchdowns, 4,212 yards, with a 105.1 QBR, while rushing for 513 yards and 2 touchdowns.
If this is true, I mean, if you're Seattle, I mean, what do? Like, it now puts you in the same boat as Houston. I mean, Russ isn't going that far and saying he's not gonna play, but if he is indeed requesting a trade, or at least wanting to get out of Seattle, I guess if you're Seattle, definitely don't want to let an asset like that get away for nothing. Not sure where he is in contract wise, but understandably he's upset. I mean, been sacked 300 sometimes. Again, this is like the players are. It's like the owners would come down on the players if they weren't playing well. Like if you're either going to get benched, cut, traded. So now the players are taking it back and taking control back. They're calling out the general managers and coaches, like, put a better team together for us. Like, put us in a better spot to win. That's all we're saying is, like, and it's understandable. Like I said, it's their career at the end of the day, and they have the right to at least call out the general manager. Not call them out, but at least want them to do their part and continue to make the team a better team, always going forward. And they'll say that they're doing that, and they probably are. But at the same time, like, players should have the option to call out a general manager and or coach, because they have the option and do the option of calling out a player when they don't play well. So, I mean, now they're just getting it back to them. Like I said, players are taking control, and they're letting it be known, hey, we don't like the direction of the team. like to see something done, or at least let me go somewhere where I can win. If we're not winning and playing well, we'll see how it all plays out. It's coming out that he's not. And then there was a report came out that he didn't ask for a trade, but either way, like I said, Russ, Deshaun, any other player really that's really saying, hey, let me be in control of my destiny. If you're not gonna put the best team together for us to be able to try to win, at least let me go somewhere where I can win.
Do you see him being traded? I see a wild draft night trade.
I could see that. That scenario playing out. Especially if the right deal came along, they were to get, what did you say, 3 first rounds?
That's what they're saying the asking offer is.
I mean, if that deal was to come along, I could see a scenario playing out like that. It'd be interesting to see what team puts up that kind of trade together to get him. Obviously, it'd be a team that feels like they are one player away from making that happen, and you add Russ to your team. Odds are you probably be picking pretty late or in middle to late. Anyway,
I'm not sure. He said his teams are the Cowboys, the Saints, Raiders, and the Bears. I don't see Jerry Jones packaging up a deal of 3 first rounders or a player and 3 first rounders to go up to Seattle. But I could see the Raiders possibly doing it if they got enough draft picks. I see them doing like 2 first rounders and Derek Carr going to Seattle for Russell Wilson.
I definitely put the Raiders in a good spot. That division would definitely become must watch with Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes playing each other twice a year. Those 2 games would definitely end up on national TV somehow, some way.
Well, I see him being traded on draft day. Crazy trade. You said no trade?
I don't think he does get traded, but a draft day trade, we haven't had a good one of those in a while, like a blockbuster day draft day trade. We'll see. I don't think it happens, but who knows?
Well, this has been another episode of J1S Boys Podcast. Reach out to us at dj1sboys@gmail.com. Look us up on YouTube. Look us up on Facebook. And we're also on Twitter at DJ1S. Give us your comments. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Or, anything like that. This is your man D Jones, aka Mr. February, signing off.
And I'm Brian, aka Captain Elite, aka The Elite. Everybody stay safe.